take a deep breath. Tune into the beating of your heart and awaken to a fresh perspective. Welcome to See More with Morcie, your go-to podcast for discovering a centered path for your purpose. And what's up? My name is Morcie. I help entrepreneurs, leaders, and creatives just like you invite presence into both your personal and professional life. The message here is to remind you to speak kindly to yourself, even when things don't go as planned, even when your vision doesn't go as planned. Remember, this journey growing a business, this journey being a leader, your creative journey, there will be ups and downs. There will be far more downs than you ever thought there would be. And I don't say this to bring you down, but to point you in the direction of honoring the moment, no matter where you are. To recognize resistance versus flow. Because the more you resist, the more that self-talk, it becomes quite negative. You begin to look in the mirror and not see yourself fully, not see yourself as a whole person, but focusing on one aspect that you dislike, and you start speaking negatively, bringing down your vibration unnecessarily. Your words matter. Words are energy. Everything is energy, right? If you want to know the secrets to the universe, look at it, understand it in terms of energy, frequency, vibration. Words, colors, actions, thoughts, it's all energy. And on the level of words, this is what helps you step into a new world, a new reality. And when you choose to be kind to yourself, when you choose to use words and verbiage that uplifts you, especially when your vision doesn't go as planned, this is what helps you recover. It's what helps you feel fulfilled in life in many ways. It's what helps you make peace with this moment so you can keep going. Move faster, right? Instead of slowing yourself down unnecessarily, you're actually moving because you're honoring this moment, right? It doesn't mean that you're always going to speak positively, right? I think there's a misconception about always being positive with yourself. And often what that turns into is suppressing your truest feelings, your truest emotions and thoughts, right? Speaking kindly to yourself during difficult times, speaking kindly when things don't go as planned, it doesn't mean suppress what you're feeling. It actually invites space, invites presence, telling yourself, hey, you know what? I'm enough. I'm doing good. I'm trying my best. I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to take it a little bit at a time. I'm going to honor what I feel right now. That's being fully present. That's being honest and transparent. And I know on this journey, on the spiritual journey, that can be difficult. It can be difficult to be absolutely honest with yourself. But that's truly what it takes to be that conscious leader. That's what it takes to build something on your own. Of course, community is necessary. But when you're leading something up, it requires your clarity. It requires a level of consciousness and a level of confidence in many ways. Not going to say you're always going to be confident for something. I know I'm not always confident, But there is a certain level of assuredness that's acquired, boldness. But this comes from speaking to yourself with kindness and recognizing what it means to be flexible, fluid, loose, and resilient enough to flow with the waves of life. When you allow yourself to do those things, you are staying open and your vibrations are high. It's so important to honor this flexibility and to honor your vibration so that you're aware of a baseline, right? Baseline of what it means to be at a higher state of consciousness. If you take a month, 21 days to a month, right, to fully dive in honor, feeling peace, feeling joy, what you do is you set a new baseline for what it feels to walk and be in this world, even when life is not going the way you planned, even when life is not going the way you want it to. Even when you continuously tell yourself, I shouldn't be here right now, I should have this by now, and I should have achieved this by now, right? When you focus on making peace with this moment, focus on feelings of joy, feeling that peace that is always available to you, it changes the game. You find yourself no longer saying, ugh, you wake up and it's just another day. Another day, I got to get through this day. Got to get through A, B, and C, but rather you're here fully. You're flexible with the moment. You ask yourself, how can I see this differently? Or how can I make this moment easy? That's one of my favorites. When I take a peaceful pause, right after I felt this flow of frustration, I ask myself, how can I see this moment? How can I get through this in an easy way? The idea always comes. It's really focusing on changing those patterns. When you have found that you speak negatively to yourself or about yourself, or you have this habit, it's a pattern that can easily be shifted. But it happens when you're recognizing the pattern, right? If you listen to my podcast often, you know that I share a lot about observing thought, recognizing that thoughts are actually quite distant from our true self and our true essence. And this gives us the opportunity to not be controlled by those thoughts, to not believe every thought that comes to mind. It also gives us the opportunity to just have pure awareness. And often that does quiet the mind. Even if it's for a second or 5 seconds, you have this awareness that you can be without the constant overwhelm of mental chatter. I like to honor the inevitable counterparts of life, right? Like light and dark, wanting and not wanting, desire and no desire, opposites of what we recognize at the state of consciousness. When we honor both, we're more likely to recognize non-duality, right? Through honoring duality, you recognize non-duality. It allows you to align with the moment because you recognize that things don't go as planned and you're honoring a higher vibration. So you recognize when emotion flows, it's a feeling that's temporary. When a thought comes up, it's a temporary idea. When a quote unquote problem arises, it is a temporary situation that you can flow through with ease. You recognize that all things are temporary, so you're able to flow. Because you've chosen powerful words that affirm the direction you want to go in, right? That's what words are. They affirm the direction you'd like to go in. I even find for myself that when I am feeling a certain way, when it comes to this feeling of suppressing something, I just honor and say, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling rejected. I'm feeling unseen, unheard, all of those things. I'm feeling it right now. Just let me feel it. You know, it sucks when you feel like you can't feel what you're feeling. Allow yourself to feel those things, and you will find that you're speaking to yourself kindly. Your self-talk is A1. Your blissipline, you're on it. Blissipline. When you're disciplined with being aware of peace, being at peace with the moment, raising your vibration, feeling the joy that is here now. You are making space throughout your day. You're not making excuses saying, oh, I don't have time. Meditation is for monks. Meditation is for the spiritual gurus. I don't have time for that. I have to do A, B, and C. Those are just excuses. Don't do that to yourself. You deserve more than that. You don't have to wait till you're successful to feel peace. Peace is here now, in this moment, a sacred part of your journey. And when you recognize this right now, it makes the day-to-day full, whole. There's not a constant yearning for something else. And so that's when you start to see as well, your words are shaping better. Self-compassion, flexibility, discipline. Those are 3 key themes in today's podcast when it comes to speaking kindly to yourself when visions don't go as planned. Being aware of high vibrations and low vibrations. Honoring that, yeah, you're going to feel sad, but you don't have to stay there longer than you need to. When you have blissipline, when you recognize, I know what a high vibration feels like in this moment. I know for me, when I had moments where I felt like I shouldn't be where I was, right? I shared with y'all, I'm a 30-year-old solopreneur and I live with my mom. And in the moments when I was not embracing the gift of being here in my childhood home, in this space, recording in my childhood room that my mom turned into an office when I went to college, I would be in my bed so sad, like so sad. We can talk about that in another podcast, but it's in those moments that even then when I was sad, I still saw light. It wasn't a sadness that I experienced before honoring my meditation practice. It was different. So when you honor, when you have a sense of discipline, when you speak to yourself highly with kindness and when you're flexible, the way you go through and move through even these lower frequencies are different because you know what it feels like to be at a high vibration. And this is why I emphasize meditation and breath work and being consistent with it. Just as you would with your creativity, waking up every day to be creative, building a business, making money, right? That's a huge part of being here in this society. Take this blissipline just as seriously as you would. Seriously, and also, not taking life so seriously, but you know what I mean? You're not trying to get anywhere. It's just a matter of being here. And the more you honor just being here, the more you'll recognize that you're speaking to yourself kindly. You're breaking those patterns. This is the reason why I created my newsletter, The Enlightened Entrepreneur. To encourage you to speak to yourself kindly, to be aware of those thoughts, to be aware of the words and the energy you receive, and to be in a space that supports you in shifting this. Because sometimes we're not in spaces that honor that. Sometimes we're around people that they're not growing themselves. Those people who are like, I don't like that self-help stuff, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. All right, I just noticed me mimicking that. But yeah, there's people like that, They say, I don't like the self-help stuff. But honestly, truth be told, then you look at their life. Ask yourself, do you like the way they're living? Do you like their perspective on life? I will tell you 10 out of 10, 100% of the time when I hear people say that, I look at their life and I'm like, I don't want to live that way. So I created The Enlightened Entrepreneur for a space for those who are ready to step into that space. And with each newsletter that you receive, there will be a guided meditation and breathwork practice audio that you can listen to honor your Blissipline. All you have to do is press play. Before you go to bed, all you have to do is press play. When you wake up in the morning, all you have to do is press play. Press play, be still. Honor that space for Blissipline and allow that moment to be for you to recognize a new baseline for high vibrations. So you can recover from setbacks. Even if a negative thought comes to mind, you won't feel it. It won't touch you. You're too high, baby. Why? Because you recognize, aha, I am the one observing this. I am not the thought or that story. It is temporary. You use thoughts as tools, right? You use words as tools. You actually see, this is what it means. So I encourage you to subscribe to The Enlightened Entrepreneur. And I didn't mention this in the last podcast, but this is episode 2 of 5 for my birthday week. So October 5th is my birthday, and I usually like doing something fun on my podcasts on my platform. And so I am creating a podcast every single day until my birthday. And this is a celebration to just celebrate life. I'll be 31 years old. 31 years old, solopreneur, living with my mom. But I'm doing just fine. I'm enjoying life. I'm at peace with where I am. Even when the moment doesn't go, it's because of that discipline, that Blissipline. It's because of honoring and speaking to myself highly that I've learned how life can be so much better than it is when we're being pessimistic, for lack of better words, right? So it's an honoring of this. So I encourage you to enroll I keep saying enroll every single time, to subscribe to the Enlightened Entrepreneur, right? My intention here, y'all, is to bring a community together, have live calls, have discords, being a part of all of this to bring us together, to have a shift in consciousness together, to encourage each other. It takes a community. It really does take community. I've gone through my lone wolf phase. We all do. There's a part in our journey where we have to be alone. But as a conscious leader, I'm recognizing the importance of stepping out of my introverted space and exercising some extroversion and embracing being together with others. And so that's a big aspect of this birthday week. So I want to thank you for listening to See More with Morcie. It warms my heart. Your comments warm my heart. The depth in your comments and your reflection is absolutely incredible. And it shows me that this podcast is doing exactly what I had envisioned and more. So I encourage you, speak to yourself kindly, even when things don't go as planned. Be flexible. And honor your Blissipline. I'm sending you peace, love, wholeness. My name is Morcie.